What should I do for the intro?
Do it again. You covered your face too much.
Ah.
That was perfect.
My tongue's red.
That's hilarious.
They're gonna know I've been eating Red 40. What's
Can't do that.
Chill, you gotta lock in, dude. I can do whatever the hell I want. They're not paying me. Alright. Anyway. What's up, guys? We are going to the gym, actually. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I abandoned you. Seems like weeks now. Guys, it was my 1-year anniversary last week. This week that's now going to be over by the time you see this video. It was my 1-year anniversary with my wife, and we took a little trip. I think I might have mentioned it in my last video, my most recent video, but I quit my job, said fuck it, I'm out. Place was a shit show, and I needed to just get out of there. I have not been super locked in on the training or the diet, me and my wife. I mean, we've been doing really good. We're both making steady progress, and so I'm happy that, it's going well. So we took a few days and drove out to LA and had our honeymoon anniversary, our second honeymoon situation, and it was really cool. We did eat so much food. Well, we actually didn't eat a crazy amount of food. I mean, we didn't eat great. We shared most of the stuff we ate, so that definitely helped. Like, if we got a treat, we shared it. We did get a lot of treats, though. So, but yeah, it was... Yeah, I didn't finish most of them. I finished most of them. But yeah, guys, it was super cool. I have a job interview. Gosh, why is the camera shaking so? Damn. I have a job interview at this company on Monday, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's definitely going to be a tough position just because I don't have a lot of sales experience. It's a sales position for Red Bull, and some of you might know I was working as a merchandiser for the Budweiser distributor out here, and it was going great. I mean, I definitely was having a little bit of conflicts with people here and there, mostly people in the stores, but I got kicked out of one store over a spilled broken bottle of lemonade. So, but yeah, anyways, they fucking fired me. Like a week before Christmas, they shit-canned me for this incident. They told me after the incident that everything was good, right? They said, like, yeah, like, no worries. This is, oh shit, maybe I drive in the lane. Oh, the camera's shaking a lot, sorry guys. But, yeah, so they shit-canned me, and I was busting my ass for them. I mean, it was first job I got fired from. It was really took me by storm. So then I landed this job as a cook at this restaurant, and it fucking sucked. I never want to go back to the food industry. As somebody who loves to cook, like cook at home and cook for those that I love, cooking at a restaurant or cooking for work fucking sucks. It takes like the joy out of it, and it makes me like not want to cook. It's really weird. It's like that with me and playing video games too. I try to stream video games, and it kind of just, it goes from being this thing that I like to do recreationally, and it kind of takes that fun out of it for me, and it becomes like more of a responsibility, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I don't like to cook for work. I like to cook for the people I love. But yeah, guys, we got this job interview. It is, I would imagine there's a lot of other people applying for this job. I have a decent shoe-in for the interview, but it's in God's hands if I can land that and put myself together well enough for these guys. I feel confident about it, but also I'm not 100% banking on it. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, guys. I'm contemplating a lot of paths in my life right now, but I know that making sure I'm keeping the weight down is going to basically just set me up to be more successful anywhere else. So that's what we're doing, guys. And we have not been perfect with it, right? We had basically a whole week off this anniversary week me and my wife had, but it was cool. We definitely have been putting in the work, and I'm proud of both of us. So going out on the vacation and enjoying a little bit of seed oil and red 40 is not so bad every now and again. But yeah, we're gonna go in. We're gonna do. I think I might do a little chest. Kind of gonna just fucking feel it out by vibe, guys. Definitely gonna get on the Stairmaster tonight, but yeah, we're gonna go in and meet you guys in there. Guys, they got new grips in the gym. It's called Blue Slim. I don't even know. It looks juicy though. We gonna mess with it. Oh my gosh. My spine has been so compressed. I was mostly on top of my stretching when we were on vacation, but maybe not as good as I should have been. We did a lot of walking, so that definitely helped, but yeah, we pretty much ate like shit. Try to keep it like mostly on the burger side of things. Like burgers aren't horrible, but yeah, guys, definitely didn't eat great. Who knows, maybe put on a couple pounds, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna eat like that all the time. I think we're gonna get into some rear delt fly. I'm debating doing it on a dumbbell, but if I'm being honest with you, the machine might be a better option here, but you're basically just gonna wanna sit at the end of a bench. And for me, I like to bring my legs real far back, and I bring my arms over my legs, just like that, and make a ball. So I'm literally just coming here like this, and I'm really trying to make sure my back is straight, but down, so that when I'm coming back, it's all in the rear delt, right? We don't want to be sitting like this. We don't want that on the front delt. We want it on the rear delt. I don't want my arms to fall completely against my legs and rest. I'm just bringing them over, right? So I'm kind of like this. My arms aren't completely straight. They're a little bit bent. And I'm just coming over. If your gym has these bumper plates, grab 10-pound bumper plates or 5 pounds, whatever you can do. Shit, if you can do 25, good for you. But essentially, you grab the bumper plates and you do the same thing. And this can stimulate the muscle a little bit different because, I can use a 10-pound dumbbell, but this is 10 pounds. So it's a 10-pound plate. You know what I'm saying? So the weight is all around your arm versus it being much more centered to your hand. You know what I'm saying? So you come right here. I gotta be honest with you guys about something. Let me preface it by saying that the videos aren't gonna stop. But sometimes for me, going to the gym or doing like simple tasks with somebody that has ADHD in the way that I do, it's really hard to explain because it's like I'll get these random spurts and do a bunch of stuff, but then like this is so hard to explain. It's like harder to go to gym on my day off. It's harder for me to get up and go to the gym on my day off. When I've been doing nothing all day, it's hard to like get out of that. If I wake up in the morning and like I have to go to work, it's so much easier for me to like get off work, go to the gym. Like I'm already in work mode, I guess you could say. But when I have these days off and I sit around at the house all day, And I could be going to the store or whatever, but when I have these days off and I'm not in work mode, then getting, later in the day, I'm like, oh, it's probably time to go to the gym. The gym's dying down. It'll be a good time to go film. It starts to like become, I don't know. People with ADHD sometimes can overthink a simple task so much that it becomes like something you just really don't want to do. Like, there's no excuse for it. I mean, when I was a kid, it happened with like small things. Like, I hated folding my laundry, knowing that I was just gonna mess it up and wear it the next day and dirty it. I was like, why am I gonna fold all this laundry just to wear it? Or like make my bed. I'm like, why do I need to make my bed? It's like little stuff like that where I just like had a hard time with those things. I was never put on ADHD meds, which I'm grateful for, but learning to manage it on my own has been a challenge for sure. And I think for me doing these videos, sometimes it turns into that where like the gym's one thing, like I'll just have a workout, but then it's like, oh, but then I gotta film and edit and upload this video, and then I start thinking about it too much. When I'm at work all day, I'm not really thinking about that, or I'm actually looking forward to doing something like that, but it's just really weird. On my off days, I have like a really hard time. Maybe you guys get what I'm saying. Maybe it doesn't make any sense for you, I don't know, but yeah. So I'm not gonna stop making the videos, but I think I'm going to just not hold myself to something. Like, I need to upload, these 4 days every single week. I think I'm just going to, and it's another hard thing too, because, I have this job interview on Monday. I feel very confident about the job. It's obviously not guaranteed to me. I still have to go interview. I still have to like be qualified for this job, right? But it's like, okay, I'll get this job, I'll have this new schedule, and I can go to the gym after work on those days. So for the time being, it might be a little bit here and there. Like, I don't go to the gym on Sundays. It's not a day I like to work out or work at all. It's a day I try to go to church and visit family and that kind of stuff. And so, yeah. But then it was, I was like, oh, I want to go on my anniversary. Then, I'm going to miss all these videos. And I'm like, well, why am I allowing this to become like an obstacle and not just letting this be something that I get to like do and explore and like create, But I know that I told you guys like, hey, we're going to do this many videos on these days. And then I've switched it up so many times. So basically what I'm saying, guys, is like, we're going to still keep making videos, but I just don't want to allow it to become something that's like a task or a chore, because I don't get paid for this shit. It does take a lot of time. I mean, editing the videos is anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour at least. And then I got to like wait for it to upload in the editing app, wait for it to it turns into a few hours, it turns into, an hour at the gym. Now it's like 2 hours at the gym plus another 2 hours editing and uploading. So anyways, guys, we're going to bust out a couple more sets of these rear delt flies, and I think I'm going to go into a low row, might do a barbell row. Let me know. Guess in the comments right now below. What are we doing? Are we doing dumbbell? Are we doing a barbell row, or are we going to do a cable row? We're definitely going to finish off those rear delts on the machine. Like, this machine's just so great for it. But at the same time, it's still important to work on your stability work, right? And doing free weights, doing dumbbells, so that you're building stability in these muscles. Give it another drop set. And I think from here, probably move into maybe like a single arm lat pull down, a lat cross down, if you will. I showed you guys this movement a few weeks ago, but we're gonna do it again. So this is gonna target your lats way better than a lat pull down, way better than a low row. In my opinion, it's one of those exercises that just, like, it's in its own lane. But yeah, you're gonna grab a handle. You could use the cable. I just like using the handle, whatever handle that you can find that looks like this. You're gonna grab it, stand just like that so there's tension on the lat, and then you're gonna turn away. So you notice how much length I took, right? So that when I come up and stretch, that weight's not gonna stack on itself, and I'm not going to lose any tension, right? I can keep tension throughout the whole set. So yeah, we're going to keep ourselves turned like this. When you're here, I mean, you have to really bend down to feel it on your lats. But when you come right here, and you bring that arm across, right? You're gonna come, deep stretch, bring it down and in. I think I got 70 pounds on this right now. But yeah, you're just gonna keep yourself facing away and let that arm pull completely across your whole body and bring it down and in, right? Just like that, guys. Same thing on the other side, right? We're gonna grab it so that, there's tension, right? There's tension, right? It's not all floppy. We have tension, right? And just in that turn, we should be able to get enough length just off that turn, right? And deep stretch. Try to keep our body upright. Deep stretch. Down and in. Right? And we don't want to bow our body, right? We want to keep our body as straight as possible. Let that arm come right across. Bring it down and in. Shit's not complicated. But yeah, if you guys haven't tried this movement, try it. And if, by the 7th or 8th rep, you're not seriously feeling it in your lats, try to maybe up the weight a little bit, maybe warm up and focus on when you pull in, focus on that squeeze, right? Let yourself get a deep stretch. Don't just let the weight go, and see if that adjusts anything for you guys. See if that, helps you feel that tension in the lats like I know it does for me. But yeah, we're going to probably do 3 to 4 sets on our arms and just go back and forth. No rest. The one arm will rest while we're doing the other one. And then we're going to hop into probably some bicep, maybe some bicep curls, maybe some incline curls to finish it off. Obviously the Stairmaster. But I'll check in with you guys in a sec. Guys, we definitely got some stuff to yap about, so we're going to wrap it up in the car. I'm going to pay my dues on the Stairmaster, 20 minutes at the least, at the minimum. And yeah, prepare for some yapping, guys, in the car, because I got a lot to say. But yeah, we're going to pay our dues and we'll be back. Guys, I really want to talk to you about something, and I really hope that the message comes across. It's probably going to be a little bit intense, but it's basically just about the lies you guys are telling yourself, right? I'm gonna share my story about the lies that I told myself, right? As a fat kid growing up, there's a lot of shit I wanted to do that I couldn't do, right? I wanted to do certain sports at a certain level. I wanted to get picked on the, when we get the team leaders and you pick the basketball teams, I wanted to get picked first. It didn't happen, right? Reality of the situation was I was fucking fat, I was slow, I was unathletic, and my weight held me back from doing most shit. I couldn't play organized sports. I mean, my parents would never put me in them, but I probably wouldn't have done well, right? I mean, my shape was horrible. I wasn't like huge, as a 9-10-year-old, but especially when I got into my early teens, I just blew up. I grew up going to amusement parks and riding any roller coaster that I was tall enough to ride. I mean, I was scared of them, but I would always do them. When I was 13, I got to the point where I struggled to fit on roller coasters. I mean, even at 11 and 12 years old, going to Six Flags, I remember struggling to fit on roller coasters, right? Like pulling that harness tight until it clicked, and then just being uncomfortable the whole ride. And it fucking sucked, man. By 13, I couldn't fit on them anymore. I remember the first time I went up to a roller coaster and I sat down and I just could not get it to, lock. And after waiting in line for, an hour and getting into the machine, everybody's staring at me as I can't fit into it. and then having to like get off of it, you know, and watch all my friends and family go on the roller coaster. It sucks so bad. Like, that was, you know, in the top worst feelings I've ever felt in my life. The shame and the guilt that I felt just not being able to do something simple like ride a roller coaster. It sucks so fucking bad. And I've seen other people, you know, I've seen this here and there where I would watch somebody, you know, struggle to get into it and, you know, have to do that walk of shame, and it fucking sucked, man. It was a horrible feeling. I remember that was one of the huge things that motivated me in my early teens to lose weight. But after blowing up again, after dropping out of high school, there was no chance I was fitting on most things. I mean, I was uncomfortable in most of the chairs I sat in. I was uncomfortable in most of the clothes I wore. It fucking sucked. And I told myself, I don't care about fashion. I don't care about doing these activities that I knew that even if I wanted to do, I couldn't do. I told myself these lies and tried to convince myself that this wasn't the kind of life I wanted to live. And I was trying to bring myself some sort of comfort and complacency with the way that I was physically, and I mean, it didn't fucking work. You know, I think I was trying to convince other people, oh, you know, I don't, you know, roller coasters aren't really my thing, or oh, I went on so many roller coasters as a kid. You know, I did a lifetime of roller coasters, and it was all fucking lies. It was all bullshit. I've had people that I've known say these things, and I didn't believe shit that came out of their mouths. And you know, the reality of the situation is that that's a moment of accountability, and it's undeniable, right? You can go try on some clothes at a store and be like, oh, you know, the sizes run small here, or, you know, they don't make fashionable clothes for big people. Let me tell you something. When you're big, you fucking don't look great, okay? You know what? I've seen some BBWs, and I've said, damn, that's a big mama, you know? She's big and beautiful, and she can get it. But it's like, most of the time, everybody's gonna look better in healthier shape, right? That's my fucking point, right? Big guys struggle to dress well, right? Big girls struggle to dress well, right? They have to wear and be confined to certain kinds of clothes to be able to, you know, have some sort of fashion. And truth of the matter is, I love dressing up. I love fucking dressing up in costumes. I love dressing up in nice outfits and going on dates with my wife, and it feels fucking great, okay? I don't like having to wear the same big fucking shorts every single day. You know, I didn't like those days. I mean, it sucks, guys. The point of this conversation is stop fucking lying to yourself. Stop trying to convince yourself that the life that you actually want to live is a lie. It's a dream, right? It's this false fucking thing, right? Accept that, you know what? You might want to do some of these things that you can't do right now. Accept that. Say, you know what? I have some things that I'd like to do, but I'm physically unable. You know, say that to yourself. Accept that. If that's what's going on, fucking be authentic with yourself, okay? I'm not telling you that you should hate yourself or look down on yourself, but the reality is lying to yourself and telling yourself, oh, you know, I look good, when you don't, when you gotta shower twice a day just to smell fucking decent. I mean, guys, the reality of the situation is the human body was not meant to be fucking obese, okay? We're not meant to be obese. We are not happy obese, okay? You might have your mind convinced because you shovel enough shit in your mouth every single day and you watch enough porn to just make yourself feel good. Like, but at the end of the day, your fucking body does not like being that big, okay? That's just the truth. Your body does not like being that fucking big. Your body does not like processing all those seed oils and all that red 40 and all that fucking sugar every single day because you can't keep your fucking mouth closed. Your body does not like that. Okay, and I know you don't either, and I know a lot of you are fucking convinced, especially in this day and age, right? Oh, you know, fat empowerment and all. Like, that's great, guys. You're twisting fucking words, right? A big guy or a big girl shouldn't feel horrible about themselves. You know what? But they shouldn't be fucking lying to themselves and getting fulfillment and reassurance from other people. Like, no, you're big and beautiful. You're a big queen. Oh my gosh, you're a big king. Oh, we love a big king. No, it's fucking bullshit. And I hate that we live in a society that, you know, supports people to wear their trauma and wear their vices externally. You know, we live in a world where a drug and alcohol abuse and porn and sex abuse is encouraged and empowered, and food abuse is empowered and encouraged. It's fucking disgusting, guys. It makes me fucking sick. It it reaffirms my faith in God every day that I have to sit there and watch this shit. And yeah, it makes me, because you know what? When I see that shit, I know the devil is alive. I know the devil is working overtime. You know what I'm saying? When I see that shit, it's undeniable to me. Point of the matter is, guys, is live the life you want to live, you know? And don't fucking lie to yourself and tell yourself, oh, you know what, that's not for me, or, I don't like those things. You know what? The world is fucking beautiful, okay? I think everybody should go on a decent hike every once in a while and see the beautiful world, right? That God has made, or even if you don't believe in God, the world... Man, can you just close your door normally? Just open it up.
It's closed.
Open it. Now close it. There we go. All right, back to what I was saying. You guys are fucking fat, okay? No, but the reality of this of our times and our day and age, and I was having this conversation with my sister and wife, and my wife mentioned that, you know what, it's never been easier to, eat healthy and exercise. And I disagreed with her, and I think what she meant was, that it's never been more accessible to find the information, right? We've never had more access and more in like the amount of information we have when it comes to, prepping and what's good and what's bad and how to train, all these things, right? There's free resources everywhere online. There's thousands of people making content and pouring their hearts out at trying to educate the people. And, I know there's a lot of bullshit out there. That's your job to, test and identify and experiment. But at the end of the day, it's really never been harder. It's never been harder to be in shape. It's never been harder to be celibate. It's never been harder to be free of addictions, because we live in the dopamine addiction era, right? We live in the era of short-term satisfaction, right? We have all these people eating all this crazy food. I mean, restaurants weren't doing this shit 50 years ago. We didn't, have fucking 2-pound cheeseburgers with extra bacon and cheese. This is just the evolution in big backs over the past 10, 15 years. It's spiraled out of control, right? All of the shit in the grocery store. In some of these aisles, you walk down aisles and the full aisle has nothing but bullshit. It's just aisles and aisles of bullshit, marketed and worded in a way and presented in a way that you think this is good, but it's really fucking not, right? I see all this protein shit everywhere. Starbucks is making protein coffee. Everybody's got a protein this and a protein that. It makes me fucking sick, guys, because at the end of the day, this shit, let me fucking explain something to you, right, that I had explained to me, right? Protein is tested by the FDA or whoever the fuck controls this shit, based on the amount of nitrogen, right? They test the nitrogen levels in food, and they can identify and approximate the amount of protein that's in something. These companies that are making these protein bars and guys, my mic's died. These fucking things are charged for weeks at a time, and it just died mid-rant. That's totally my fault, guys, but we're gonna end the video here. What I'm saying is absolute facts, though. Like, this whole system is designed to keep you fucking fat, pretty much, right? That's a really ignorant, short way of saying it, but it's not necessarily wrong. We will be back this coming week with the videos, guys, and yeah, stop being a fucking bitch, stop being a fucking big back, and go live the life that you want to live.